You've been holding on to maybe mistakes you made or experiences you had that hurt you so much and scarred you, and it's making it very difficult for you to move on. Yes, those experiences form a very big part of who you are. If someone hurt you especially, you can't let them win. You can't. You can't let them destroy your future too. You can't. My reason for making this video is because I know that there are some things that happen that make it really hard for people to move on. It's like grief and pain. Maybe you've lost someone and it's like, how will I ever move on? How will I ever move on? I'm going to be sharing with you just thoughts, things that I want you to think about, things that I think when you internalize them, I hope and I really believe that they will help. I want to start with the first thing, giving yourself time to actually heal. Being intentional about your healing. Healing is something that people think happens by chance, it just happens. But you have to be very intentional about your healing. If things have happened to you in the past that were very painful or shameful, things that you still haven't recovered from, then that's a kind of baggage, emotional, physical, mental baggage that you're carrying. But if you keep walking, the baggage doesn't just disappear. You carry it with you until you get to a point where you intentionally start to drop some of those burdens, those baggages one by one. That's the only time you will ever be free. You have to find ways to be intentional about your healing. Maybe it's talking to a therapist and actually starting to unpack the things, the deep things that are going on in your mind that maybe you're not aware of. And sometimes it's hard to do that by yourself. But you have to find a way to really reflect on those things, face those things that you don't want to think about, those things you've kind of buried, that you've blurred out. Sometimes it's important to actually face them and ask yourself hard questions. Why did this happen? Some things you will have answers for. Maybe some of it was your fault. Don't do it from a self-blame side of things. That doesn't help you in any way. If you feel like people took advantage of you and you're still hurt by that, what parts of you made it possible for them to do that? If you feel that you failed yourself, maybe you failed an exam, missed out on an opportunity, and you still can't move on from that, ask yourself, why did this happen and why does it impact me so much? Why does it hurt me so much? How can I let go of this hurt? Are there opportunities in the future that I can pursue? Can I find an opportunity like this again in the future? Chances are you can. But I understand that there is hurt from missing out on opportunities as well. So all I'm trying to say in the first step is accepting how you feel, asking yourself more questions, and being intentional about offloading those baggages from yourself. The second thing about the past and just how you can move on from it is realizing that right now is going to be your future past. So whatever actions you take now, your future self will always look back on this time and say, this is what I did at this time. Is what you're doing now something that you can look back on in the future and say, I did the best thing that I could? While you don't have to pressure yourself at every point in time, just make sure that you're always doing the best you can at this moment. Maybe things didn't go as you wanted them to. Maybe things got out of hand. But right now, what can you do to produce the best results out of your situation? How can you start to craft your future? Because whatever you're going through, you can and you will get out of it. It will get better. It will. I want you to believe this. Take this as a sign. The fact that you're on this video, take it as a sign that God is speaking to you, that things will get better. Things will get better. I want you to really believe and take in these words that I'm saying, because they will. You have to start planning and strategizing your future. What do you want it to look like? I know you might be scared to imagine the future. You don't even want to think about it now. Just try to imagine. What could the future look like? If things were better, which they will be, what could it look like? Look beyond your fears of hoping and actually hope. Because hope is one of the biggest gifts. When you're able to imagine and hope for a future, that motivates you to work towards that future. Regardless of what has happened in the past, your future can be very different from your past. So it's time to move on. A big part of moving on is cutting off things and people that keep you stuck or keep you hurt. Now, this part I know is really hard. Sometimes it's hard to let go of people who have hurt you, but you have to let go of them. You have to let go for yourself. Because if you don't let go now, you will have to at some point, and at that point, it's just going to keep getting more difficult to let go of them. You're delaying your pain. Let go of them now. Friends that have hurt you, family, relationship partners, let go of them. You can be fine alone, and you can find more wholesome communities, much better people. That person, that situation, that environment is not the only one that exists. You can thrive in a new environment. You can thrive by yourself. Another thing I'll say is find yourself again. What are the things that you're passionate about? Are you into art, science, music? What are the things that make you excited? Filmmaking, writing, whatever it is, cooking. Explore new things. Find out what are things that make me happy. Maybe go on a road trip, visit somewhere new, create new networks in your brain, new experiences in your brain that you can hold on to. Because sometimes what is needed to let go of past experiences is creating new experiences. When you create new experiences, it's part of healing from the past. You're creating new channels in your brain, especially for things that were very associated with hurt in the past. When you create new pathways that associate the same things with more positive emotions, you start to heal from your past because you start to have a new perspective on what those same things could feel like. But I want you to know that you will be fine without those toxic situations, people, environments, whatever. You will be absolutely fine. The biggest things you can do, find a wholesome community. People that share your interests, people that you can find peace around. Number 2, find yourself. Find things that you enjoy and do them. Number 3, meditate. If you're a Christian, talk to God about this. I cannot overemphasize how important and how powerful it is when you actually take your problems to God. It takes off such a burden from you. It's probably just too much for you. Take it to him and just say, God, I can't do this. It's just too hard. Help me and give me strength. There is help in doing that. Some people don't believe in that, and that's fine. Find a friend that you can talk to and that you can just vent to and let go of all that pain. It's time to start working towards your future. Start building your life. Start imagining what your future looks like, and then write down the things that will get you there. Where can you start from? Baby steps. But get started working on your future. I'm not going to get into that a lot in this video. Maybe I will in a future video. And if that's something you want me to talk about, let me know, like how to plan and actually start taking steps towards your future. I talk about that kind of stuff a lot on this channel, working towards your goals. If you found this video helpful, which I hope you did, I hope it encouraged you, please subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in the next one.